It's your boy Powdered Toast Man, streaming live some more Predecessor. I'm gonna have some fun here. I want to make this very short and very sweet and very simple, so that way you guys can understand the context of this stream. I have been the target of a malicious hacker for a long time now from the community in Reddit. Unfortunately, even though I've called him out to the Reddit community as a whole, this hacker is so good and so influential amongst the community that nobody really wants to believe what he's doing. I believe that he's used multiple fake Facebook user profiles as well as multiple fake profiles on Predecessor in order to manipulate lobbies to further benefit his personal gains. And right now he's been torturing me by placing me into lobbies with bots and making me think that I'm playing actual games of Predecessor with real people. That's how good this hacker is. I don't know what to do. I want to report them to the authorities, but I don't have enough evidence to go for an actual conviction on this person yet. I'm reaching out to the entire world on YouTube right now to let them know I'm the target of a malicious hacker who is using Omega.City's servers to specifically target myself as well as other people in the lower MMR bracket and intentionally sabotaging their lobbies so that they cannot get out of the MMR bracket that they're forced into. Unfortunately for this hacker, I'm good enough at the game on my own that I can potentially win games even with bots in my lobbies. And when this happens, sometimes my games are not reported to Omega City servers because the hacker is in that lobby with me on the other team using cheats. I don't know how to prove this. All I can simply say is that I pray that when I post this video to the Discord, the entire link for this stream, and from now on I will be streaming from now on live the entire time that I play Predecessor in order to avoid this hacker ever doing this again. Because I'm tired of being targeted by this person. It needs to stop. And the only way I can think to solve this problem is to record these events happening as they take place in the matches I play, with the individual users' names and IDs all anonymously reported to the Discord server. Target me maliciously with their friends as well, because even if they're not hacking me in particular, they hacked my IP with a bot of some kind, and I know this because I understand data and I understand malware and how it works to a certain extent, so I know they have some kind of a tracking bot on my IP address through Omega.City servers, which were hacked by a professional hacker. And this has been revealed online on Reddit. So please do me a favor. If you're in this game with me and you're a real person, you're not a bot or you're not a cheater, a hacker, or a sabotager, please report the people that intentionally feed and run down the lanes, because they are actually, in fact, higher MMR players playing on a lower MMR scale for their lower MMR friends who are new to the game to try to get them up into the higher MMRs, or for returning veterans that are friends of these hackers. So that way they can all stay at the top and keep all of us on the lower spectrum of the totem pole. I exposed one of them brutally on Reddit, and I was forced out of the community by the hacker. Somehow they managed to go into the Reddit community forums and send me a link that banned me from the forum itself. They tarnished my reputation. They hacked my individual IP address. It's a violation of my civil rights. It's a felony. It's a violation of my rights to privacy. And that's why I'm streaming now, to stop them from doing it. Because if it's live and streamed on YouTube, eventually, it may not be now, maybe 6 months to a year from now, whenever this game officially hits PlayStation servers and they do it again, and I have compiled information from this entire beta up until the point when Ranked comes out and Standard comes out, or even up until the point when we finally do have a actual official Ranked MMR system in place, I can have a compiled data, a library history on YouTube that's massive beyond anybody else's. So that way I can report them when it really matters, not just on Discord servers, but to the actual devs and moderators of this game. God bless you. Now let's have some fun. You'll know when somebody's hacking a lobby because a few different things will happen. I'm going to point them out for you because a lot of people don't know these things, and when somebody calls somebody out for being a hacker, it's really hard to pinpoint what they do, when they do it, and how they do it. But if you're really, really smart and you pay attention, every single time somebody manipulates something on a digital scale, the pixels become jittery in one area of your screen or another. Something hiccups that shouldn't hiccup. That is actually, in fact, a hacker sabotaging your lobby. And whether the hackers are working together or not, or whether they're working individually against each other on opposite teams, the rest of us fair players that play fairly and respect each other's competitive natures, those players, they suffer because of it. So really what they're doing is damaging the community and forcing us to play with them when we really don't have to. I've spotted a few of these hackers, just so you know. I have their usernames already. I have many of them blocked on Predecessor on the in-game registry. And I'm going to keep them there on the blocked registry, so that way, even if they're linked to my account, and even if that's the way that they're getting in, at least when they do this, from now on, it will always be recorded for them to see. Whenever we do finally get the official version of this game out on console. Because right now it is still in beta, unfortunately, so these hackers are allowed to run freely and rampant amongst the community and pretend that they're not doing what they're actually doing. So, therefore, that is the basis of these streams from now on, to protect the good players of the Predecessor community from malicious intent of hackers and cheaters, coders and decoders. Now everything that happened there was perfectly fine. You know what I mean? My jungler made a missed call. He overstepped a little bit, and I'm gonna dive. Or it didn't body block for me at all or anything, so I'm gonna die for that too. My support was over half health. He could have just simply body blocked for jungle as well. But, you know, jungle wasn't paying attention to support. Support wasn't paying attention to jungle. There was a lot of bad calls right there in that little collapse that costed us that trade. And we could have walked away with a triple kill with 0 deaths had my jungler just simply paid attention and realized where the support was in the lane, how low he was on health. But because I'm in MMR hell, because of the hackers forcing me down here, whenever I get above a certain threshold, I meet the hackers again. I always do. Every single time I get just barely to gold. I'm 1 game away from gold, it seems. And that's when I run into the hackers. Especially Cobwell, Mario, Rage AMT, and a couple of others. Now, I'm sure they changed the names over because I did call them out on the Reddit forum. So I'm sure they hid their MMRs. And they hid their usernames. But I actually have Cobwell. I have Cobwell. I have his username saved inside of my screenshots in my library on my PlayStation console. I'm going to post the pictures of the screenshots that I believe that are usernames. And I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure that all of these people that are cheating are revealed eventually over time. Because people like my jungler right here, and people like my mid laner right here, who are actually trying and doing really well right now, they suffer. And it's not fair to them. So, with that being said, let's move on and let's focus on the gameplay. My individual gameplay, my role as a carry, which is right now all I play for the most part, because I don't have a single carry in my MMR scaling that knows how to build properly the entire course of the game, which is really important. Good job, Jungle. You get him, buddy. Oh, that's unfortunate. In every game that you play, you have to have a healthy balance of power, speed, lifesteal, and physical penetration as a carry, as well as critical damage. Everything is important in the carry's role. His damage scaling, or I shouldn't say his, a carry's damage scaling is dependent upon how much power they can actually manifest from the items you give them. There's a cap on everything, a hidden cap. There's a hidden MMR in every game that you play, every match that you play. Your statistics are what actually matter. So as long as you don't run around constantly and die all the time, regardless of the circumstances in which you die, you will go up in your statistical scaling eventually, and you will be able to reach the plateau of Grandmaster. Because you will have played enough games, you will have verified to the scaling system, in the MMR scaling system, you will have revealed to that you understand the basis of the game. And therefore, you would be placed in lobbies with other players that also understand the basis of the game, which is a 5v5 3D chess scenario with elevated scaling and an incredible role-playing system. Do you see that glitch right there? What just happened? How everything just stuttered and shuddered right in front of me? There's a hacker in solo lane on the other team right now. That's exactly what that is. There's a hacker in solo right now on the other team who is bogging down my IP address as well as everybody else's in this lobby right now in order to gain an unfair advantage over a teammate because they're winning a fair exchange in a 1v1 scenario. And I think the cheater on the other team is actually either AJ Monkey King or no, it's Lord Sosa. I recognize his name. Lord Sosa is the hacker in this lobby right now. I've seen him before. I'm telling you right now, devs, when you go back and look at this live stream, you're going to see it too. You're going to see that stutter effect that just happened on my screen. That doesn't happen unless a hacker is attached to my IP address, as well as everybody else's in this lobby right now. That's what I learned about from this satellite data installation tech back in 2017, back when Predecessor was called Paragon. I learned about those things, so I know how to spot them. And that's why the hackers in the community have shunned me and forcibly brutalized me out of the community in Reddit. Because they know I know what to look for, they know that I'm calling them out for cheating. And as a result, now I am a prime target for mutilation and intentional sabotage by their hacker friends, as well as by the community that has a loyal following of this person, or these persons. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be allowed. And if it's not solo laner taking advantage of the situation, it's one of the other people. Maybe the Kira. Maybe it's the Kira. It could be any one of those 5 players on the other team right now that is a hacker and is intentionally thwarting everybody else's efforts. Now, if somebody starts losing really bad and they're a hacker, the main thing they do is they attempt to DDoS somebody. What it means to DDoS somebody is to create lag and latency between the relay time for their IP address and their individual router to the predecessor servers. It's this guy. It is the jungler. He is the hacker, bro. Look how obsessed he is with trying to kill me for revealing what he's doing right now. That's intentional sabotage right there. He's listening to this entire conversation right now. Because he has hacked the actual official servers for Omega, so he would have the capability to do that. It's not because he's winning. He's only winning because he actually is hacking and cheating, but that's beside the point.
He's on patrol.
Gotcha! Now, I've done stuff like that before against a hacker in a lobby. He plays as Drongo all the time. He goes by the name Wolf something. I can't remember it exactly off the top of my head, but it's Wolf something. I'll come across him again eventually. I'll show you. But I know he's a hacker too. Because he throws games whenever I'm in them with him, but as soon as he's in the same lobby as me, as soon as he's in the same lobby on my team, he intentionally throws every single game, chooses a carry pick in solo lane, has an off-meta pick or a mid-lane pick, and basically he trolls the whole team in the process of doing so, because he's actually not picking and fulfilling the dedicated role of a solo laner. It's Wolf something. I'll show you. I'll show you after this game. I'll show you on stream after this game. I have a screenshot saved. It would just happened earlier this morning too. No! Oh my god. Woo! That was close.
Enemy tower under siege. Allied tower
destroyed. Again, these names are subject to change because the hacker doesn't go by the same username. Obviously, they would have multiple, fake profiles that they would create in order to simulate the fact that it's actually different people throwing games and not really them doing it. Does that make sense?
Towers destroyed.
I hope that makes sense. But basically, that's essentially what happens.
Enemy has been slain.
Like, look at Solo Lane right now. Because either Solo Lane's a hacker or Jungler is the hacker.
Under attack.
Or they're both hackers on the same team working together. Which is very more than plausible. Honestly, that's probably what it is.
Enemy towers destroyed.
It could be any one of the people in my lobby right now, even on my team, that could possibly be a hacker. But I don't believe it's anybody on my team. I think it's somebody on the other team. And I'll tell you why. Every single person in my team right now is trying. They're actually trying. They're making a solid, important effort to perform well. And if you notice, that Kira was moving around an awful lot for some strange reason. Like, why was she moving around when she knew she was at the death threshold for my ultimate? It's as if she has a friend who's sniping me through the replay ID of this match, which is also another form of hacking or intentional sabotage. Which is something they actually cannot do in a ranked MOBA scenario. If this game had a ranked setting and somebody was doing that for one of them, and then I reported them for having somebody else on their friends list active on Predecessor watching the replay ID for this game as it progresses, that's actually intentional sabotage and hacking as well.
Just like my days
Good
on
job.
Patrol.
Slain. An enemy has fallen.
Now, how did she know, huh? There it is.
Allied tower under attack.
How did she know?
An enemy has been slain.
She knew I was coming up behind her. She started running as soon as I popped up behind her, like as soon as I got within a kill ratio of her before she could sneak a kill. That's because she has a tracking bot. The Kira is the hacker in the lobby. She has a tracking bot. That's how she knows where I am at all times. Sorry, buddy, that's for me, Kai. You can't take every buff. You're not getting enough kills to justify that. Oh, never mind, you are. I apologize, but still, I need to do it too. I need to get some bots, or, yeah, some bots. I need to get some minions.
Enemy tower under attack.
And now my Chimera is fighting to the death. The valor on this man is unbelievable. I'm dead because I went to help him. He didn't last long enough. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, come on, bro. Get off my nuts. That's so unfair.
Allied towers destroyed.
Good job, Richter. Way to eat him up, buddy. Way to yoke him. Yeah. I've beaten AJ Monkey King before, like plenty of times. I've played with almost every single person in this lobby multiple times. Silky Vibes, No Peace, Yoda, 30. They're all a 4-stack, I believe. But we've won games together. We lost games together.
Enemy has fallen.
So now I'm starting to think it's not the jungler that's cheating on their team, and it's not the Kira, it's actually the solo laner. Because he's had the most progression in his lane. My jungler... It could be the Kira and the jungle and the solo. They could all actually be a team. I don't know. I just know that there's at least one on the other team in this lobby right now. But regardless, that hacker is good. Good enough to where they can mask what they're doing. Yep. There it is again. It's the Chimera. As soon as I get near him. Yeah, it is. He's the hacker. He's lag switching in his lobbies. It's okay. I'm gonna die. There's no way to avoid it.
Enemy tower under attack.
Okay, so now I've got a salty jungler running in circles. Hilarious. Well done, buddy. You threw the game. Oh well. Thing is, we're actually winning. And our team doesn't even realize that we're winning right now. Like, we may not have, like, every lane down, and we may have lost a second tier tower, but if you look right here, right? Let me go ahead and do this with the Chimera.
An ally has perished. Allied tower under attack.
This is actually funny, believe it or not. I mean, just look at that smooth motion. This game performs smoothly and perfectly all the time. It's actually there's very few glitches in this game, believe it or not. The only glitches that exist because of hackers. I'm fully convinced of that now. Oh! Look at the dodge! Look at the unbelievable dodge at the perfect time. Tell me that's not a hacker on the other side. Tell me they don't have somebody watching the play of this game right now while I'm playing. Ever since that first snipe that I got on Kira where she wasn't expecting it, haven't been able to land a snipe since.
Your power grows. Allied tower under attack.
I've already done it. I don't know what you're talking about, Grux. If you watch the stream, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I've been to your lane at least once. I've been to middle twice. And all he had to do, that's all he had to do. That's all he had to do was just get close to me. We could have won that exchange right there. All Richter had to do was just literally hug my hip and we would have survived. That's unfortunate. The one good thing about jungle intentionally sabotaging in this way on our team is that I can take all the farm that he's spinning around in circles completely avoiding. So in that one way, I might be able to pull us out of this and into a dub. Maybe? You know, because my mid laner's a savage. I mean, look at him go. You know, he's doing the best that he can. Good job, buddy. Good job. You tried, my friend. You tried. Oh, I was hoping that would actually draw them in. And she dodged somehow. Yeah, it's the Kira and the jungler on their team that are working together. They're the hackers.
Enemy double kill.
That's unfortunate. Whatever. And I'm sure the Chimera is a hacker too.
Allied towers destroyed.
Or whatever. Who cares, right? What can you do? I'm just gonna go ahead and report jungle now on stream for intentional sabotage.
Allied tower under
Oh wait, hold on, not feeding. Let's go with
Allied towers
we'll go with negative attitude, and we'll say left game and stood in fountain. This is how you stop it, basically, because it does stop them eventually. Eventually, their IP addresses get banned for this, even in a beta, because the game is trying to be successful. It's got a $22 million investment. Do you really think they're not going to look into you with enough reports from the same person over and over and over? That's dumb. You're not a very smart hacker if you're doing that shit. Okay, so left game and stood in fountain.
enemy towers destroyed.
Until we lost.
An enemy is unreal.
Okay, so you send a report, right? And then you put it in game chat too. Before they have a chance to close out the lobby. And what they want is for me to be so frustrated at the game and so frustrated on what they're doing that I forget to report them for what they're doing. That's what these hackers want. They want me to become toxic in stream, on video. They want me to be a bad person to them. They want to force me down to their level. Because they think I have a level like theirs, and I don't. I don't play that game. I don't play the toxic little punk game. I just chill. There's no point in getting upset about somebody cheating. Like, what can you do? There's cheaters in every form of life in the world. Everywhere you go, every aspect of life, everything you do, there's somebody who's hacking somebody's home computer for no good reason. Just because they're a miserable person and they hate themselves. They want to see other people suffer, so they'll do anything they can to make that person suffer, no matter what the cost, even if it causes them to die. Not in my case, but, you know, that's why they have felony laws specifically engineered against cyberbullying now. Because a lot of cyberbullies will force people to commit suicide by cyberbullying them until they do. It's a form of mental torture. And it's actually against the law. But they do it anyways. They get away with it because the internet's so dark and twisted. And there's so many people that want to do this to people. That unfortunately, you know, you have no choice but to endure this. But I'm going to fix this. I know how to fix this. I know how to stop them with God's truth, with God's light, in a peaceful way. God tells us to safeguard our hearts against all attempts to destroy it, because your heart guides the course of your actions in life. It tells you how to treat people. Your gut is your instinct. Your heart is your instincts. If your instincts are clouded by emotion and poor judgment, then you're never going to be able to make the right decisions in life, in general. And that's what a lot of people in this world want for you. They want you to not make the right decisions in life. They want you to make the wrong decisions like they did. They want you to stoop down to their level. They want you to be dirty like they are. But when you're not, it pisses them off even more. And you have to fight back even harder to prove that you're not like that. Not for them. You prove it to God. You do it for God, if you believe in God. If you don't believe in God, unfortunately for you, you are going to hell. You are. There's no getting around that. You have to believe in Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. You have to believe in your heart and soul that Jesus Christ is your personal Lord and Savior. You have to believe. You have to believe without a doubt. And then you will find the clarity that I have found in life. Even when you're forced to endure a loss and being tortured by hackers, in a sense, when you're just trying to enjoy a game that you love, you know? You just have to do it. And actually, like, when I say torture, that's the wrong terminology, because that makes them think that they're actually causing me stress or causing me pain in any way. No, that's not what this is. When I say tortured, I mean tormented. You know, forcibly targeted with malicious intent by malicious people. So again, I'm almost positive that this guy was just a salty punk, and he threw because Solo was dying over and over again to a hacker on the enemy team. I believe that these three right here, Lord Sosa, Dretho Paul, and AJ Monkey King, SC God Mode, and Mio Joloco, are all friends of this guy right here. I think he came into the game with them, with all of them, and I think they actually have a friend that's watching the replay IDs from my match. Because unfortunately, on the Reddit community, I did post my user ID, which left me vulnerable. And right before I was able to expose Cobwell for being a hacker, I got banned from the Reddit sub, so I couldn't show his username and his user profile and show games where I've beaten him. Let me show you something real quick. Miraku, J Valid, Fup4 Puncher 1, Denders, the hacker that I actually legitimately caught and exposed, is still on my blocked list right here on Predecessor. Takuachi, Taco Blast, Net Spartan, Kick6, Jordan, Swamp, Pierce Gnome, who was the initial hacker, who sent me the link to Omeda.city. Started all of this. It was him. Pierce Gnome started this whole thing. And I think he's friends with Denders. And I know that Denders and Miraku are friends because Miraku was targeting me on the same posts that Denders was targeting me on. As well as Taco Blast and Taku and Twin Riddlers. Believe it or not, every single individual on my block list right now that you're seeing on stream, I believe they are hackers. But that's the only ones that I believe in particular are hackers. That I can knowably say right now, aside from Cobwell, who I'm about to show you, who has an unclaimed profile, by the way, that he sweats his ass off while playing every single game against me. Every single game. Cobwell, I believe, is the real hacker in general. And the stream was paused. If it cuts off when I go into my Predecessor album to show you the screenshot from where I beat Cobwell, well, I'll just restart the stream immediately. Yeah, no, that's not right. I have screenshots for days. What? Okay, here we go. I was about to say, there's no way I can't get to these. Okay. So unfortunately, I can't show you the screenshots, while streaming, but you can see them, in a minute, and I'll show you how I can show you that. Just gotta find them real quick. Oh, that's oldest to newest. Why is it like that, though? No, newest. There we go. Okay. That's all the statistics from my one match. Here he is. No. I'm looking. Don't you worry. And if the hacker basically wanted to get into my storage space to remove all the data and all the information. He sent me a fake PlayStation profile username. The hacker dude, his fake username on PlayStation, one of them was Eric von Denderen. ERIC space VAN space DENDERN. I'm sorry, DEREN. I haven't blocked. I have the screenshot of that, so that's good. Apparently, the screenshot of me killing the Kalari that was on the other team who was cheating is not in my library now, all of a sudden. It's kind of funny how that works, huh? Well, fortunately for me, I saved it to my phone as well. It's in my gallery. And since my phone is basically offline in an airplane mode, that hacker can't get to it. He can't influence it from the outside, only from the inside. Let's go to albums, screenshots. I had it, like, in my, in my lobby. Did he really go into my phone? And into my storage library? Or my storage in my library, on my console, and delete the shit? That's impossible. You can't do all that without leaving a trace of some kind. I'm looking for this screenshot. I saved it to my phone from PlayStation Messenger. Hey, big girl. All right, I gotta stop the stream, you guys. God bless you. I'll be on later.